Over the years, you've inspired us to make a lot of great drivers. But while we were making all these drivers for the present, we were also hard at work making the next generation of driver. Because where titanium ends, carbon begins.
Curtis, great to catch up with you again. It's been a few weeks since winning the Canadian Men's Mid-Masters Championship in Thornhill, Ontario. We catch you bright and early today out at St. Charles Country Club. I know your host course. So there's no downtime for a Canadian champion, I guess.
Not really. It's pretty steady grind. Season's short, so try to make the most of it here in Manitoba, that's for sure. So it's our men's closing today, so decided to come a little bit early and see if we can snag the one last trophy available for me and my friends to get today. So,
well, you've got a national trophy, a medal, finishing first place in Thornhill, Ontario a couple of weeks ago. Now that you've had some time, just take us back and what stands out for you?
Oh, well, first and foremost, just the way Golf Canada and Thornhill put that tournament on. It's quite an experience. Yeah, coming from the Canadian Amateur at Point Grey and Seymour this year, that was a really nice tournament, seeing all the youth and the future of golf there. And then you come to the MidAm, and it's just a bunch of hardworking guys that have real jobs and love golf and dedicate their free time to playing golf. And a lot of people my age there, and a lot of good friends. I've played in that tournament many times. So that was the first experience, is just the camaraderie and the sportsmanship and the way the clubs host and just enjoy having you there, taking over their club for a few days.
Curtis, maybe expand on that, because I get a chance to watch you guys every week and all the golfers that are involved with Golf Manitoba, but it really is just, hardworking guys that love to play the game. This isn't the PGA Tour. You're not making millions, but there's some talent across the province, isn't there? So maybe just talk a little bit about the balance of the two.
Well, I think it's just a passion, and I think passion maybe outweighs talent when it comes to age at a certain point. If you keep grinding, good things come. And golf's like that. It's like one good shot or one bad shot can make or break it. It's like a business deal kind of vibe as well. So, you get all those guys together, and I think the balance is just finding your time on the course to be like a stress relief almost, and that gives you a golf game in a sense. It's like for me, it's a zen. Chasing the white ball around is like meditation. It's one thought, put it in the hole, and I leave myself at the gates of every course I roll into. So work's not a thing. So I think it's an escape.
You and I have very different thoughts on a golf course. I don't find a lot of zen when I'm out there chasing it, but I'm not as good as you are either. Let's go back to Thornhill. Obviously, when you look at your 4 rounds, 73 on day one, a 4 under par 66 in the second round. That included 7 birdies. For me, that was probably the highlight, watching you from afar. What was it like to be in that groove that day, and I guess maybe finding that zen moment?
Well, it's kind of funny because I started the day with a bogey on hole 1. I was in the bunker and I hit the lip, and it went about 30 yards in the air and dropped right down beside me in the rough. And that was I never flinched, never got mad, which sometimes might get the best of you, and then just kind of kept rolling with it. And I've been able to find certain points in my game, like at the Elmhurst, the Manitoba Amateur this year. I had 21 putts on 18 holes to save a really nice round. So pure confidence when I can get the putter going, and then it just happened. The ball striking led to the putter being able to have a chance, and I didn't really even know what was going on. And you just kind of get in that zen zone. And at the end of the day, we were on hole 17, and they've changed that hole from a par 5 to a par 4. And I was a 30-yard bunker shot front pin and hit this bunker shot, and it was that perfect thump that you want to hear. And no clue how or why, but the ball dropped in the hole, and my caddy was so excited. I looked at him, and the first thing I said was, "That did not happen. Let's just go to the next hole." So that's kind of the motivation and the mindset when you're playing so well. You just kind of forget about the good and forget about the bad, and you versus you.
Over the final 36 holes, you shoot 71, 78. You eventually win by a single stroke. What does it mean to be a national champion? Because a lot of those don't come out of Manitoba here as of late.
To me, it means the world, like starting out at the Gimli Golf Club at the base and just chipping and putting around, and going from there to Sandy Hook and Toulon and Links at the Lake, and then finding my way into St. Charles, and, being so welcomed at all those clubs. And, I spent a ton of time practicing and playing. So it's kind of my goal was set when I started this golf venture, I would say about 5-6 years ago when I moved back from Vancouver. I set my eye on the mid masters for sure, because knowing I would be 40 soon, and it takes time to build the game. So, and also when I was in Victoria, Todd Fanning and Dave Bunker had a playoff for the mid masters, and I think I was the only person out there with Todd's wife watching him win that, which was pure motivation because I actually saw how it had to be done. So it's one of those things. It was on my list, and it was a huge accomplishment for me, my family, friends, the club, everyone. It was amazing.
You referenced earlier on taking part in the Not Auto Corp Men's Amateur Championship. You had a top 10 finish at Elmhurst, the Mid Masters division of the Diamond Athletic, Mid Amateur at Granite Hills. You were tied for second. 2022 treated Curtis Markusson very well, didn't it?
Yeah, I had a good season, and the season before I had a great one at the club in 2020. Sorry, I had a good season at St. Charles, and I've always been able to find myself in some of the last two or a few pairings in the last few years, getting that experience. And it's just a true test when you play with all these great players in Manitoba. They've pushed me along the way so much because it stings when they beat you, and you gotta compete. There's so many great golfers, and that's part of the reason why I found this success, was being able to play in those tournaments, like you mentioned. The mid amateur and the amateur and the local club events at my club, like the Hopwood and the club championship and stuff. It's truly been the key to the success, is playing in those tournaments and never giving up.
Well, Curtis, we just wanted to catch up again, congratulate you on a Canadian Men's Mid-Masters Championship, and enjoy the last few weeks of golf season here, and we'll look forward to next year again as well.
Oh, I can't wait. And just wanted to say thank you, Brian, as well, for keeping us all engaged on the course. And your interviews are so awesome to watch. And just a big thank you to Golf Manitoba, all the volunteers, and all the courses that had us out this year. I look forward to being out there again, and truly look forward to every moment on the course with you guys.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
You bet. Thank you, Brian. Have a great day.